Hello and welcome. When you first start the stock analysis software, it brings you the first worksheet, which is known as user interface, and this is where you enter a single ticker symbol in the cell B3, which is shown right here. And here you enter a new ticker symbol and it will update the worksheet and fill in all the information based on that particular ticker symbol. Another way is to just if you want to refresh it is press this update button, which is here. Or take a look at the top menu. We have a new menu item, stock analysis, and on your leftmost there is also an update button. These six buttons, they relates to this particular sheet, which is user interface. So let's put in a new ticker symbol here. Let's say you want to analyze Apple. It will take a few seconds and update all the information and the relevant charts for Apple and its data. And as soon as it completes, we'll bring you this screen again, and this cell will turn light red here, and the cursor will return it to its normal position. Here is the last trading day was 13th of October, and Apple was traded with this price bar. This is the range, day range, went from 178.14 to 181.93, and the closing price was 178.85. This was a change for minus 1.03% from the last day. And it brings you the daily relevant information like the volume and the 52-week range and the change of the Apple's price versus 52-week high and the number of highs it has encountered or registered during last 1 month. Towards your right, you will see a section which will give you the market information, and it gives you the same information, the price and the change for S&P 500, Nasdaq Composite Index, Nasdaq 100 Index, Dow Jones, Russell 2000 ETF, which is an index ETF for the small stocks, and the CBOE VIX, which is volatility index, gold and oil. On top and the right of this screen, you have furthermore detailed information about the Apple, its head office, how many employees work there, what kind of instrument it is, where it is traded. Is it traded in Nasdaq stock market, and the exchange abbreviation is XNAS. Over here we have a small list menu in which we have a number of stock listed, and we can select any stock and it will update the worksheet based on that particular stock. So let's go ahead and choose ANET stock from here, and it will update the worksheet. You can see the cell B3 is being changed, the colors are changing, and as soon as it is done, it will return to the normal light green color position. Towards the bottom, we have some fundamental information of this particular company and stock, and how many outstanding shares and millions of shares are out there, and it gives us list of suggested profit and stop loss targets. Like for example, the current price for this particular stock, which is Arista Networks ANET, is 189.85, and it gives you different target level based on our experienced traders, 10%, 15%, 20%, and stop loss level as well from the current price, 7%, 8% towards the lower side. It also gives you some information about the moving averages 20, 50, and 200 periods EMA, exponential moving averages, and how far the current price is from these moving averages. So let's say 50 period moving averages is slightly lower, just 3% lower than its current price. Towards your left, we have a list of technical indicators which has been updated and calculated for this particular stock. They are different, and if you go through the user interface manual, it will provide you the details of these technical available technical indicators such as RSI, relative strength indicator, MACD, percent price oscillator, chicken money flow, and some others. On the basis of these indicators, it gives you trading signals. Like for the 20-day moving averages, it gives you a buy signal, and for the CCI community challenge index, it's a neutral signal. Long term, it's a buy. 77% of these technical indicators are giving you a buy signal. Towards the bottom, we have our own proprietary indicator, which is shown as neutral buy, but it's going down. So it means It was a strong buy a day ago, and it has changed to a neutral buy just during the last trading day based on the price action, which was 1.64% down. It also gives you daily support resistance levels like pivot points, supports, and resistance. Here we have some graphs. This particular graph is for a net, and it's based on 3 months. We can select among the different time frames and the duration. So for duration, for example, we can select is to 1 year, and the graphs will be updated based on the 1 year of data. And that now the graph has been updated. As you can see, duration is 1 year. Same we can do here. We can convert it to, from the top menu from the daily chart or weekly chart, which are the options given here. We can convert it either see the bar charts on the daily pattern or the weekly pattern. From the settings menu, there's a whole lot of options available to change the graph settings, like different types of graphs are available in the candlestick, line, area type graphs. And then towards the bottom of this graph, we have different small graphs which are known as panel charts. So it gives you volume, average volume, and price momentum oscillator, and different technical indicators, whichever you select, up to a maximum of 6 or 7. And you can always, by going to the setting menu, change these panel chart options. If you scroll right, you will see seasonality chart of the ANAT versus main index, which is SPY, and we can select the SP. We can select any chart. So we can plot ANAT versus Apple. We can plot ANAT versus Nasdaq price action, or overall S&P 500. And for during last 3 years, for example, this time frame is selected here. This chart shows that March was and October relatively, and these ones as well, May, July, and August, they were a strong month for ANAT when it compares with the standard index. For example, in the month of March, it has beaten 100% of time the standard S&P 500 index and has given 10.5% return above than what S&P 500 has registered during last 3 years. Same goes for October, 4.65. Same goes for November, which is a very strong month, 100% of time during last 3 years, and 17.65% return above than the S&P 500, so which is a very good performance. We can see this performance over a period, let's say 10 years, but the data is not available for ANET for last 10 years. Could be it's available for 5 years, and it's updated. And again, during last 5 years, the stock has beaten the broader index 100% of time and had given generated a very good return during the months of November and March. So that's about the user interface worksheet. In the next video, we'll talk about the settings menu to change the different chart options. Thank you.